Hey everybody, today we're talking about Superman Last Stand of New Krypton. Hey everybody, welcome back to BK's Bullets. As always, I'm Brent Casina, and since it's 2025, we're in the summer of Superman, let's talk about some more Superman books. We're continuing our 3-video saga with the New Krypton saga. This is part 2 of 3. This is the almost end arc. This is the Last Stand of New Krypton. And we talked about the 4 volumes in the last video. This is just 2 volumes. And it's interesting, this one here, I think it's a really great story. It's a true crossover where the story jumps from one issue to the next, to the next. Even though it's kind of like it was published as if it wasn't. There's a main event book in here called The Last Stand of New Krypton. It's only 3 issues. However, the storyline goes part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5 through 12 through 3 issues of this new miniseries, as well as issues of Supergirl, Superman, and Adventure Comics, right? Is there Action Comics in here? No. So yeah, so you get 6 issues here in each hardcover. These are the ones that were at my local library. This is a cover by David Finch, and this is a cover by Andy Kubert. Obviously, as you can tell, we're going up against Brainiac once again. So Brainiac in the Jeff Johns storyline collected in here by Gary Frank. Let loose New Krypton or Kandor, and then you dealt with it in the 4 volumes of that series that we talked about in a different video. And now you have Brainiac come back at the end of Superman World of New Krypton number 12 to kind of take Kandor back and dismantle everything that they've built for the last, year and a half, that kind of thing. So this is interesting. You have Lex Luthor teaming up with Brainiac in here. You have the Legion coming back. Actually, this first volume opens up with 2 halves from Adventure Comics 8 and 9, where the Legion is going back in time to save the other bottled cities from Brainiac's ship so that they can basically replant them in the universe. And then, as it turns out, they will help form the Legion down the line in 1,000 years. So that's a very cool hook for the Legion to come and take part in this storyline. Back again on art duties in here, you have greats like Pete Woods, greats like Jamal Igle doing the Supergirl stuff. Here's a page from him. Beautiful, expressive work. He's I guess we'll call him a podcast friend of mine. He's on the Comic Timing podcast with me very frequently. And then you also have other people in here like Julian Lopez, inkers like Bit, Keith Champagne. Wonderful, wonderful artwork in here. I really liked a majority of this stuff. Bernard Chang doing some stuff in here with Mon-El. That's fun. So really, really awesome stuff in here. Honestly, I don't think there was a slow chapter. Everything in here kept me going and going and going. And I got to hand it off to James Robinson and Sterling Gates for, moving the story along at a pace that felt like we were doing something new every chapter and nothing really felt repetitive. And it did seem a little bit like we're jumping from one character's storyline at the same time to another one, but there was enough motion in the story that it always felt like it was moving forward as opposed to here's a bunch of events that happen simultaneously. So I think those crossovers like that are a whole lot of fun because you really feel the momentum move along in the storyline as you're reading it issue to issue, and it kind of builds up really, really cool. But yeah, ultimately Brainiac is attacking this whole time, and they're dealing with the ship. You have Brainiac 5 coming back from the future to save everything, and he has an interesting little, interaction with Supergirl in Volume 2 because he was in love with her at some point in time. I think the Mark Waid Legion run may have been that time, but he's trying to act nonchalant and not let her know that they know each other. And she's like, do I know you? You seem familiar. She's like, oh, maybe he's kind of cute. And you have his internal monologue as Brainiac 5 of I can't know that I'm in love with her and that we knew each other because it'll, he's trying to preserve the future and the time stream and all that fun stuff. But you got Superboy acting out in here against General Zod. General Zod's kind of up to some shenanigans, even though mostly this time he's just kind of a dick. He's not really a bad guy per se, although it does end very, kind of bad guy-ish with him saying Earth is behind this and we're going to, because Luthor was helping Brainiac, we need to take out the humans and join me since it appears that he saved all of New Krypton towards the end of this book, he's like, all right, let's go after Earth. And that's what the next part of the storyline is about. But all in all, I think if you love Superman and Connor and the Legion, this is a really, really fun Superman crossover. And since we have those other side characters of Connor Kent, Supergirl, and the Legion, Superman's not like the main character of this crossover, I'll say, but he is still, he's in every other issue. You're just not following only Superman's adventures. You're following everybody else with those characters, with Zod, with Allura. Like, there's so many players with their own machinations in this crossover. It makes it a whole lot of fun to follow. So I really enjoyed this one, honestly. I don't remember this being this good when I read it as I had the issues coming out. I don't remember if I collected every issue of... I know I got the main miniseries at some point in time, but I don't remember if I was picking up Supergirl or anything like that. But, man, reading this all together turned out to be a really, really great time. And that's the thing you got to do with crossover sometimes. You got to, read them as they come out and then wait a little while and then read them back to back to back as one fell swoop. And you kind of get all the story points as they progress forward. So that's my review of Superman Last Stand of New Krypton. Whole lot of fun. And honestly, I can't wait to read the wrap-up, War of the Supermen, and then record the next video. So let me know what you guys think of the New Krypton saga down below in the comments. And we'll see you guys next time in the Funny Pages.